Hi everyone, my name is Logan Boisvert. I'm currently a junior recreation and sport management major here at Coastal Carolina, and today I just want to give a recap about my 60-hour internship experience within the ticketing operation department here at CCU, as I had just completed this experience as a part of my RSM 392 class, which is also known as the field experience. With this, I also had to complete 15-hour reflections where I dove a little bit deeper into the work that I did between those periods, but I was also able to show that I was adapting to the work that I was expected to perform by my supervisors and was comprehending the importance of why this experience can help me with finding my future internship or potential career path. And I can definitely speak from this, as before this internship experience, I wanted to do something within the media for the NHL. And if you don't know what that is, it's the National Hockey League. But from this, I was able to get hands on experience behind the scenes at live sporting events for our basketball, baseball, and softball. And I can honestly say it opened my eyes to a whole new side of the sports world, which I'm so thankful for. And it really just showed me how critical each fundamental part of a team is to making a game day experience for fans attending these sporting events. And how this all started for me, it was a simple email. I reached out to Patrick Giard, who is a supervisor for ticketing operations, expressing my interest in pursuing an internship related to ticketing operations. And not long after that, I was contacted by my current supervisor, who I did all of my paperwork with my for HR and all of my communication with about what shifts I was working, any questions I had during shifts, and basically did all my training with me, which his name is Kaijon Wise, amazing person, really made this experience so easy for me and the other interns and gave us a lot of valuable information. He invited me to the operations office to just fill out that paperwork and gave me a walkthrough of what a typical game day would look like for interns. And from the start, was able to tell that this was going to be such a critical learning experience for me. And in the next couple of clips, I'm going to show you what some of the tasks that we did as interns during games, and that's shown through some videos and pictures.
So for this part of ticketing operations with softball, this is for our players and coaching staff. They are able to get tickets for their family members or friends. They have to submit their names if they're a parent, a spouse, or a friend, and then they're able to come up to our ticketing table and just let them know what player they're with. And we offer this for our coastal players, and then we also offer it for players that are from the away team. And then a second part of ticketing operations with game day is when scanning into the gate. So guests will come up with their ticket. They can either have it on their mobile phone wallet or a hard copy. This is what the hard copy looks like for when guests get them printed from our machine. And with this, you'll use the scanner. You'll click the orange button right here and then scan the ticket. It'll make a beeping noise and will let you know on the screen that they're able to be admitted. And then if something is wrong with the ticket, it'll let you know on the screen. And either sometimes it's usually just that the ticket's been scanned with that they've already entered the stadium, or that it's just tickets are being scanned too quickly. So you just have to give the system a second to refresh and settle and then scan their ticket again. And then also with this, we're able to track how many guests are attending each game, which I think is really cool to see how many people we have supporting not just the Chanticleers but also the other teams as well.
And then to talk a little bit about this picture, this is our E. Atkinson's ticket booth, which is at the back of our Springbrook Stadium for baseball. This is where guests can come on day of if they need to purchase tickets, if we still have availability. And this is another way that we're able to interact with guests aside from scanning tickets or just answering any tickets operated questions for them. I have had the chance of working here, and it's another great way, again, to interact with guests. And another thing that I love is that we do have a map, which is shown in the pictures, and then we give our listing for our single price games. So for our bar top seating, it is 35. For our teal, it's 25. For our reserved in left field, it's 20. And then for our boardwalk, it's 15. And then guests can see on that map when they're picking where their view will be of the game. And I think this can also help clear confusion for guests and can just resolve any issues that might come up when picking seats to be able to ensure the best experience for them. And then overall, that just reflected what a game day experience would look like for the ticketing operations team as well as the interns that joined them for the spring semester. But one of the biggest takeaways I got was the real world exposure to the operational side of a sporting event. I saw the different departments from just the marketing, obviously ticketing, and then guest services all come together to make the fan experience work. And it gave me a new appreciation for everything that happens behind the scenes. You definitely don't see this all when you're a fan attending a sporting event, not even just at Coastal, but any sort of sporting event. So I definitely have gained a new appreciation for everything that goes on behind the scenes. And obviously at the end of the day, not everything was easy. There was moments when our ticketing system glitched or when we had really high demand games like our games for Clemson, Appalachian State, or even when we play schools that are from Charleston. So people come locally and those games sell out quickly. So it can get stressful and really aggravating sometimes for guests. And you just have to ensure them that like you understand their frustration and you're trying to do everything you can in your power to help them and be able to get a solution for them. And sometimes in those situations, our supervisor would have to deal with those, but still learning from how he would deal with some of the guest situations and keep the operations running. It taught me a lot about staying composed and solution focused. And for about what's next for me, this experience didn't just check off a box from my class. It changed my perspective. It made me consider this as a career path for the future. I plan to pursue more internships or part time roles in ticketing or event management to keep building on this foundation. I also want to keep sharpening my communication and customer service skills, whether I end up in ticketing or somewhere else within the sport and recreation industry. Those are tools I'll use every day in this field. I just think those are the top two that you're going to always use no matter where you go. And to wrap things up, this internship taught me the importance of preparation, patience, and people skills. And if there's one thing I've learned, it's that behind every great game day experience, there's a team of hardworking individuals that make it all happen. And I was proud to serve as one of them for the spring. And like I said, there's so much appreciation that goes to the individuals who make it all happen for us here at CCU. And I just want to give them a thank you again. And thank you to everyone for listening to my TED Talk. I hope you enjoy.